I am back for day 4. First, I want to give a big shout out to my very first subscriber ever, MintyCad. I appreciate you. Thanks for giving me the support. I have a second subscriber, but I don't know YouTube well enough yet to figure out even how to find out who that is. So come back for day 5 and I will give a shout out to my second subscriber also. And appreciate anybody who follows along. Again, I don't know where this journey is going. I don't know how it's going to end. Could be disastrous, and if anything, it'll be funny to see that part. If the simulation is a real thing, then somehow I'll end up talking to Scott Adams, and that's where this is headed. So, for those of you who have never seen this and have no idea what this weird guy is talking about, I am using a philosophy of Scott Adams to try to get an interview with Scott Adams. So if you don't know who Scott Adams is, he's the creator of Dilbert, the cartoon. He has a show called Coffee with Scott Adams. It's every day. It's 7 a.m. Pacific. It's 10 a.m. Eastern. Every single day. Every day. You can find it on lots of channels. 5 years ago, episode 971, he gave a micro lesson on affirmations. MintyCat, if you haven't actually seen that episode, I recommend looking up Coffee with Scott Adams, episode 971, and he's got the full 1 hour episode. He also has a clip of it, which is called a micro lesson in affirmations. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Let me know if you've seen it, and it's worth a look. Anyway, long story short, what Scott describes there is if there's something that you really want and you focus on, for him it was that he was going to be a world famous cartoonist, a syndicated cartoonist, and he did this decades ago, right before anybody knew who or what Dilbert was, and he created it. He created his reality. That's why I'm titling this Create Your Reality. And I'm attempting to do the same thing here. In my notebook, every day, I'm writing down 15 times. Write what you want, write your intention, and my intention is to have an interview with Scott Adams talking about simulation or simulation theory. Different backdrop today. I had 3 days of me sitting on the couch, but I'm in Cancun. I'm at a meditation retreat, and I haven't said what it was, but I'll go ahead and drop the hint here. If anybody is familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza, I'm here at a 7-day retreat in Cancun. If you're not familiar with him, I recommend looking him up. He's got a lot of great stuff. He uses real science to, like actual scientific studies that show how meditation can improve your actual physiology. I don't want to get too much into that right now. I'm using his book to prop up this light. I know the lighting isn't great, but it's the best I can do. I figured I wanted to have some kind of different backdrop today. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. Again, MintyCad, love you, appreciate you. I have to get back. I'm just on a lunch break right now, but I thought I'd get this video out a little bit earlier than usual. There's no rhyme, reason, schedule for this. I know there's some viewers that are probably like, what the heck is going on here? Again, if you want to get more details, go back to day 1. The rest of this, I'm just going to spend about 5 minutes writing down my intention 15 times. So as soon as I start writing, just forward until you see me do something again, and then I'll pull up my X handle if you want to follow me there as well. I'll start trying to post. I haven't posted. I'm invisible on the internet, by the way. My name is Todd Madison. I don't even know if I've said that in the previous videos. I didn't expect anyone to actually see these videos. but my intention is to create more content, some really valuable content, things that I hope that will help people, inspire people, help people live better lives. And this is just kind of my experiment in getting started with that. So let me continue to write, and the sentence that I'm writing 15 times is, I will have an interview with Scott Adams on simulation theory. Here I go. You can listen to the birds while I write. Done. 15 times. I will have an interview with Scott Adams on simulation theory. So the last thing I wanted to mention, which I forgot to mention earlier, today, for any of you who know Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's ever been to a 7-day retreat, this morning we did the pineal gland meditation, which was 5 hours. It was a 5-hour meditation. It was pretty awesome. It didn't feel like 5 hours. Maybe it felt like 90 minutes. But we started at 4 a.m. and when I looked at my watch, it was 9 a.m. and I was like, what the heck happened? But a lot of this, I thought about a lot of things while I was trying to think about nothing. But this came in to my thoughts a lot. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited to see how this ends up. It could be a long journey, it could be a short journey, I don't know. But I'll talk more. I promise I'll clean up this page. I'll explain what manifestation, it's pronounced manifestation crossover, spelled X over. There's going to be more to that later, and I'll talk about that later. But I appreciate my 2 subscribers. I appreciate the people that have watched the videos, and I'm really excited to see what happens here. Thank you.